How to stay consistent when life is busy and loud. Let me ask you something. Have you ever started something with the best intentions, a routine, a plan, a strategy, and then life got super noisy, crazy busy, and before you knew it, consistency went right out the window? And then you start thinking, why can't I keep this up? What's wrong with me? Why can't I just be consistent? If that's you, stay right here. You're about to understand something that will make a lot of things finally click. Hey there, and welcome back to Above the Noise. I'm Christy Wilson, and today we're talking about something every single high-performing person deals with, even if nobody says it out loud: consistency. Not motivation, not discipline, consistency. And let me take the pressure off you immediately. Most likely, you're not inconsistent because you're lazy. You're not inconsistent because you can't follow through. You're not inconsistent because you're just that type of person. You're inconsistent because your life is full, it's crazy busy, and you've never been taught how to build consistency in a way that actually works for a real human with real responsibilities. So let's get into it. Truth of the matter: time. Most consistency advice is designed for someone with no actual life to manage. Seriously, and I can tell you this because I've listened to the advice out there, and as someone with many organizations, a husband, 4 kids, dance, volunteering, activities in all directions, and constant travel. And again, most consistency advice is designed for someone with no actual life to manage. No kids, no teams, no stressful days, no last-minute fires, no jobs, no clients texting at weird hours, no spouse needing something. It's unrealistic. You're not inconsistent. You're overloaded. And when your brain is trying to hold all the things, it's not going to voluntarily add another thing that feels like too much, too heavy for it. You know what happens? Not inconsistency, self-protection. Your brain is saying, hold on, I'm already at capacity. I can't do 12 new habits right now. And honestly, that's wisdom, not failure. The moment you understand this, your compassion for yourself can start to come back. And when compassion returns, consistency becomes possible again. All right, let's break this down the way I would explain it to someone sitting with me after a long day. Reason number 1, you're trying to use willpower instead of structure. Willpower burns out fast. Structure holds you. You don't need more motivation. You need a system that supports you on your worst days, not just your best. Reason number 2, you're setting goals based on comparison, not your capacity. If you build your goals based on what someone else is doing, you will burn out because it's their life, their schedule, their bandwidth, their timeline, and you don't know what they're carrying or what they're not carrying. And you don't know what their purpose is. Your timeline is your timeline. God made you unique, so your pace is going to be unique too. You're not behind. You're exactly where you should be. Reason number 3, you're trying to overhaul everything at once. Let me say this simply: your brain is allergic to overwhelm. If a habit feels too big or too much or too hard, it won't stick. Not for lack of desire, but because the friction is too high. Reason number 4, you don't have a recovery rhythm. Consistency isn't just about what you do, it's about how you recharge. You can't focus and execute if you're mentally drained. You can't be your best if you have zero margin. Even in scripture, rest is a command, not a suggestion. This was a lesson I had to learn the hard way. Look at it this way: if God rested, you're allowed to rest too. Recovery isn't weakness, it's strategy. All right, now here's where everything starts clicking into place. Light bulbs flick on. This is the system I teach my clients, and it works even when life is noisy and crazy. Step 1, pick one non-negotiable for this season. Not forever, not 5 things. 1, ask yourself, what's the one thing that if I focus on it right now would make everything else easier? What's the one thing that if I actually executed, it would propel me forward with force? This creates clarity, and clarity activates consistency. Step 2, remove friction, not add pressure. Make the first step ridiculously easy. If the full version feels like too much, shrink it. Prep things in advance. Simplify the environment. Give your brain the easiest possible entry point. The goal is not perfection. It's progress. It's momentum. Step 3, create a 5-minute version of everything. This is the secret, guys. On the days when everything goes sideways or off track or even down the tubes fast, and let's be real, that's most days, you can still do 5 minutes. 5 minutes keeps your identity alive. And identity is what builds consistency over time. Your brain believes what you repeat. 5 minutes counts. Step 4, celebrate completion, not performance. Most people skip this, and it's why they burn out. You can't demand perfection from yourself and then wonder why you quit early. Celebrate the fact that you did the thing, even if it was small. Celebration builds belief. Belief builds consistency. Consistency builds outcomes. This is biblical. Gratitude multiplies what you have. It really does. Trust me. Here's another part people skip, but this is the real transformation. You're not inconsistent. You're becoming someone who leads their life instead of reacting to it. You're not behind. You're in a season where God is preparing your capacity. You're not weak. You're learning how to work with your wiring instead of fighting it. You don't need to be perfect to make progress. You just need to keep showing up in small, consistent ways. If no one has told you this yet today, you're doing better than you think. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're growing in ways you may not see yet. God has a way of strengthening us quietly in the seasons where we feel the most frustrated, because the next season needs a stronger version of us. Ask yourself, what's the one thing that if I focus on it right now would make everything else easier? What's the one thing that if I actually executed, it would propel me forward with force? This creates clarity, and clarity activates consistency. You're on track, you're capable, and you can absolutely build consistency, even in a busy and noisy life. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you next time on Above the Noise.